What's up, people? Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88 here, and welcome to this edition of the Linux Report, celebrating the 28th anniversary of the Linux kernel. Exactly 28 years ago today, a 21-year-old student named Linus Torvalds made a fateful announcement on the Usenet news group comp.os.minix. Okay, back in 91, the fledgling operating system didn't have a name, according to Joey Stenzon. 27 interesting facts about Linux. Linux very nearly wasn't called Linux. Linus wanted to call his hobby project Freaks, a combination of free, freak, and Unix. Thankfully, he was pursued otherwise by the owner of the server hosting his early code, who happened to prefer the name Linux, a combination of Linus and Unix. One fact I had been aware of is that the original version of Linux wasn't open source. It was free, but was distributed with a license forbidding commercial use or redistribution. However, for version 0.12 and released in 1992, the GPL was adopted, making the code freely available. Linus announced to the internet that he was working on a project he said was just a hobby, won't be big and professional. Less than 1 month later, Linus released the Linux kernel to the public. The world hasn't been the same since. To commemorate um, the nearly 30 years that Linux has been available, we compiled a short list of ways Linux has fundamentally changed our lives. Linux-based operating systems are the number one choice for servers around the world as of 2015. Web analytics and market share company W3Cook estimated that as many as 96.4% of all servers run Linux or one of its derivatives. No matter the exact number, it's safe to say that the kernel nearly powers the entire web. In October 2003, a team of developers forked Android from Linux to run on digital cameras. Nearly 16 years later, it is the single most popular operating system in the world, running on more than 2 billion devices. Even Chrome OS, Android TV, and Wear OS are all forked from Linux. Google isn't the only one to do this either. Samsung's own in-house operating system Tizen is a fork from Linux as well, and it is even backed by the Linux Foundation. Linux has even changed how we study the universe at large. For similar reasons, cars and supercomputers use Linux. NASA uses it for most of the computers aboard the International Space Station. Astronauts use these computers to carry out research and perform tasks related to their assignments, but NASA isn't the only galaxy studying organization using Linux. The privacy owned SpaceX also uses Linux for many of its projects in 2017. SpaceX sent a Linux-powered supercomputer developed by HP to space, and according to an AMA on Reddit, even the Dragon and Falcon 9 run Linux. Without it, the article concludes, there would be no science or human or social human development, and we would all be cave people, still be cave people. But anyway, people, that is it for this edition of the Linux Report. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, and until next time, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88 saying see you later.